All right, here we are. Let's get a little prediction times and let's see where your team stacks up against other teams. I don't know what it's going to be. Ooh, there you go. We'll let you watch that too in the meantime. Anyway, we're going to get some to the predictions a little bit later, but right now I'm going to tell you the strengths and the weaknesses of each team in my eyes. We're going to start with Los Barubios. Yannick, welcome back like always. Konnichiwa. No, that's not. That's goodbye, right? Fuck, I don't know. I'm not fucking Japanese. Do I look fucking squinty-eyed? No, I ain't. Anyway, Los Barubios. I like your home run hitters. You got some a lot of good 25-plus home run guys. Also, you have some pretty good holds guys who should get you in the mix to be at the top of that category. On the flip side, you only have one closer in Iglesias, and not good. Also, your ERAs are not looking very impressive, so you may want to look into that sooner rather than later. Let's get to next. Boltzilla Bombers. I think you have a team that's going to hit for a pretty good average. You should definitely have a team that, like you always do, it seems like, competes for an ERA title. And if you were in the 11-12 range, that wouldn't be shocking to me for ERA. Conversely, I don't like your home run hitters. You have a couple of good ones, but you maybe have two guys that have 25 home run power. So you have to work on your home runs. Also, you have some really low OBPs, but you have some couple good ones, so we'll see. But I'm not hiding your OBP either. Next up, Schaefer. You have 2-3 really good stolen base guys, so I think you're going to be just fine in steals. You should have a guy that will probably in D. Gordon compete for the league title in that, so that'll obviously help you out. You also have a really good strikeout team, like you normally always do, so I think you're going to compete in that category to win that category. Your holds guys, I'm not too fond of. You have some okay ones, but then I don't know. They're just, I don't even know if they're eighth inning guys. They could become an eighth inning guy, but right now they're not. So I think you need to work on some holds. I also think your OBP is not as good as it used to be in the past. So we'll see where you finish up there, but I'm not liking your OBP or your home runs. You got a few good home run hitters, but Conforto and Bird both being hurt definitely hurts you. Mr. Gay's Pizza should be back, though, so that'll help your OBP or your home runs out, but hurt your OBP. Hats for bats. I love your home run hitters. You got some really nice ones. Obviously, Bellinger last year played ridiculous, but you've got like 3 or 4, maybe even more, solid 30 home run guys in your lineup, so you should be real good there. Ooh, good home run right there, Trouty. Oh, sorry. Back to your team. Hats for bats. I also, your starting pitchers, I like them a lot. You have probably the best starting pitchers in the entire league, so you got that going for you real good. Conversely, the best starting pitchers, you have a really good ERA. I think you're going to be up there for the ERA title. Your holds guys are something to be desired. They're not good. That's all I can say about that. Sorry. You need to work on that. Also, outside of Buster Posey, your OBP guys are non-existent, basically. So let's try to work on OBP, hats for bats. Rory, let's look at your projections. Ooh, we already got a game postponed for tomorrow. Cincinnati and Washington, you got anybody on those teams? You better bench them already. Anyway, your good, Rory, is your average. You got a couple bad average guys, but you got some really good ones too. OBP, you probably got the best OBP guy in the entire league. That always helps. I think you're going to be just fine in OBP. As good as your hitting is, your pitching is not very good. Your ERA and your whip, I am not liking either one of those two things that I'm seeing. So I think you should need to concentrate on your pitching rather than your hitting at this point in time. Next up, sacrifice blunts. OBP is always your strong suit. That is no different this year. You should get a 12 in that, if not an 11. Home runs are also, I think you're the only team that has 3 guys who are projected to get 100 runs or more. Obviously, that's a plus. Home runs you should be pretty good in. Conversely, stolen bases, you are not that good in stolen bases. So you might need to work on that. And then also holds. You have a few good holds guys. Robertson is good. Bear Claw is, you never know. You just picked up Romo. Could be decent, but I'd work on holds also. My team pretty much sucks because I had to draft Ohtani. That guy fucking blows. Average. My average is going to be probably one of the worst in the league. All my guys are 250 hitters, so that's not going to be good for me. Stolen bases are going to be really bad for me. I don't have anybody that can steal bases. I got a bunch of fat fucks, I guess. I don't know. My starting pitchers also suck ass, so that's on the downhill. On a positive note, I do have some good holds, guys. So I'm willing to trade, like I said, so let's make some deals. My save for closers could be decent, could be not. We'll see. Archie Bradley, that looked like a bad trade now. That guy is no longer, he's a holds guy, because I have great holds guys, apparently. Florida. Stolen bases. You have two guys that are going to get into 50s in stolen bases, potentially. You should win that category going away. Starting pitchers. I like your starting pitchers. You have some really good ones. Dilson Lamint got some decent news. He's not going to have Tommy John yet, but he still might, so we'll see. You have maybe one closer. That's bad. You need a closer. Really bad, Floric, or you're just going to get a 1 in that category. Also, your power is not very good. You have maybe Schwarbner and Chris Bryant who can hit bombs for you. Other than that, not very much. So that's where you need to work on. Gay. Once again, you did cut Billy Hamilton this year, but you still have a few stolen base guys. I mean, you're winning that category by, it seems like 50 stolen bases every year. I got to win it by as 1 to get 12 points. You should still finish very high in stolen base. I love stolen base guys still, even without Billy. As far as what you... Oh, wait. Your SPs are very... I like your SPs... Or, sorry. No, I do not like your SPs. Your SPs are not good. You got David Price, who's your best pitcher, and that guy's coming off of a not-so-hot year. So you're going to need to pick up some pitchers somewhere. Your holds guys are also not very good. You kept Andrew Miller. Great keep, obviously. I love that guy. Other than that, though, you pieced together some okay guys. Hader could be a good potential play later in the year. If he starts out as the 8th inning guy, a very good player. If not, he could be used as like a 6th or 7th inning or multiple inning kind of pitcher. And your OBP. Your OBP, you have a couple of good OBP guys, but then you have some really bad ones. So I'd work on your OBP, Gay. Let's see. Rooster. Warney. You actually have, I think, very good OBP. You've struggled with that in the past. You concentrate on that this year, and you've got some really good talented OBP. Also, your whip. You have a lot of low whip guys. I love that. So you should be very good in whip. RBIs, you might struggle in. You definitely might not have a 100 RBI guy on your team. Upton's projected the most with 97. I don't even know if he can get to 90. So I think you're going to need some RBIs. Let's see. Who's next? No, ma'am. Let's look. I like your power guy. You have a few. Nelly Cruz just went to the DTDer, but if he stays back, you could have at least 4 guys with 30 home run potential. Also, your SPs. I am not a big fan of your SPs. I love Robbie Ray. That was a good trade that you got. Darvish is usually pretty good. After that, though, you're just hoping for guys that have dominant year, like, I guess, career years almost. I'm not a fan of that. Your holds guys are decent. Some of those could become closers, which would help you out. So you may need some holds guys coming up. Gunga Galungia, last one. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do actually my predictions as I wanted to, which fucking blows. I'm going to have 3 fucking videos. I'm even taking a shot of my beer. God damn. Oh, man. Yeah. Gunga Galunga, your power is really good. I think you probably have the best power in the league. Conversely, your speed is not very good. You're going to struggle with stolen bases. You have Pollock, who's good. But then Malik Smith, if you're going to play him to get stolen bases, he's going to sacrifice some other categories for you, which I learned that out last year. I think, or did I have him last year? I think I did. He's a tough one to own. You've got to play him in the right spots, and it's hard. You have a good OBP team, too. Your holds guys and your bullpen in general, I am not very big on. I like Davinsky, great. He's a great guy, a great pitcher. That's your best holds guy. Herrera, your great, your best closer. Everybody else is just muddling around. Nate Vincent could be pretty good for you if he actually could secure the 8th inning job, but he may not. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll have a quick another last third video of the day with my projections, my predictions. But yeah, we're getting closer.